Did you know that you don't need a bank, lender, or mortgage to buy a house? I bought this house without getting my credit checked, no one checking my bank statements. I didn't even have to put down a 20% down payment or anything like that. And this is a huge 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, move-in ready house that doesn't need any work done to it. Not a trash house where I need to put a ton of work into. I brought this house to a real estate investing method called creative financing. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about how I do creative financing and how you can do it too to buy houses for yourself. So I actually brought this house using creative financing. When I say creative financing, there's usually two main terms when it comes to creative financing. You have owner financing and you have subject to. So I purchased this home via subject to because the seller already had an existing mortgage on the property. So in brief explanation, subject to is almost like assuming a loan in a sense. Now, it's not a loan assumption. Loan assumptions and subject to, there is a difference when it comes to those two, but they're very similar in essence. So how I usually explain it to sellers is that I'm purchasing your home on terms. When I say your terms, meaning I am keeping the same exact terms that you have for your mortgage. So your rate, your PITI, all of that will still stay the same. Now, what I'll do is I will put my homeowner's insurance on the property just because I know I'm going to get a better rate because I'm very reliable to my home insurance people and such. Now, why subject to? This method of real estate investing benefits a seller is because the seller, they're constantly going to get a boost to their credit because the mortgage is still staying in their name. So to the credit bureaus, it looks like the seller keeps on making a mortgage payment each and every single month. So a seller, they could really go out, do whatever they want, but having this home on their record still is going to constantly boost them up. And I know people will ask, okay, what happens when the seller, they want to purchase another property? Is it going to affect their debt to income ratio? Is it actually going to bring down their approval because they have a mortgage already in their name? The answer for that is no, because the way we put our contracts, there are clauses and things like that to protect the sellers, so it actually doesn't affect their debt to income ratio. So it is a big win-win for the seller and also for me as a real estate investor. Now, how it benefits me as a real estate investor is for the reasons I was telling you guys about earlier. One of the biggest reasons how it benefits me is when I purchase properties like this doesn't affect my debt to income ratio either because the mortgage is not in my name. But I still have the power, I still have control and possession over the property because the deed is in my name. You guys gotta remember, the deed is the most important thing when it comes to owning a house. Doesn't matter what the mortgage is, doesn't matter whose name the mortgage is under. It matters about who controls the house, and who controls the house is the person with the deed. So to give you an example of the importance of a deed versus the mortgage is, let's say we go to a grocery store and we buy groceries. Now, when you're shopping for your groceries, you got your handy Amex that you're gonna use to pay for your groceries. So you go to the store, you pick out all the groceries that you want for the week, cool, you check out. When it comes to checking out, it's gonna ask you, how are you paying? Are you paying with cash, credit, debit, whatever? You know you're using your Amex, so you're gonna press credit, and you're gonna swipe your Amex, you get your receipt, you walk out the store. Now, you didn't use your own money. You didn't use your cash, you used Amex's money because you use your Amex credit card. But you're walking out the store with the groceries, you have the receipt for the groceries, right? Can Amex come to your home and take your groceries? No, because you have possession of them and you have the receipt for them, but you use Amex to pay for it. How can they not do that? Well, because Amex is the ones who funded it. They don't have control over the groceries, which is what you purchase. So purchasing a house subject to works the same exact way. In our example, the receipt is our deed and the mortgage is the Amex. So how you acquire the property really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, all that matters is who controls the house and who has the deed. So another big reason why purchasing houses via subject to do benefit me as an investor is because a lot of times my entry fee is going to be less expensive versus purchasing regularly. So if I'm purchasing regularly, let's say I want to go to a bank, I want to get a loan. All right, well, one, I have to qualify first. So to get qualified for an investment loan, I have got to stroke a check to Uncle Sam when it comes to claiming income on my taxes to be able to get support to purchase another house. Now, I don't want to do that. Really, I try to avoid taxes as much as possible, minimize my income so I have to pay as little as possible when it comes down to that. But let's say I did do that. Let's say I did taxes, everything accordingly, cool. Now, if I'm going to the bank because it's an investment property, they're going to ask for at least 20% down because it is an investment property. That can be a hefty sum of money. Think about what is 20% on 300,000. That is 20% on 300,000 is $60,000, and that's just my down payment. That isn't including any holding costs, any closing costs, any fees I'll pay to a realtor and a signer, anything like that. So that can be a very hefty investment. Now that's just the upfront cost, but if we're talking about over a long period too, your interest rates are typically going to be higher when you're purchasing an investment property because it is seen or deemed as a more riskier investment for the bank or for the lender. So a higher interest rates means higher monthly payments, which is ideally not something that I'm looking forward to doing. So I look for as many ways around that as possible, and subject to gives me my out when it comes to that, because with subject to, basically I'm assuming the seller's terms that they have, especially when we had a time like COVID, 2020, 2021, around there, interest rates were super low. They were around 2%, 3%, 4%, whatever. So because the rates were so low, their monthly payments were also significantly lower also too. And because I'm assuming their terms, I get that same exact monthly payment that the seller had when they purchased homes with 2%, 3%, 4% rates, even though our typical rate right now, is around 7% or even higher. So it's just a win-win doing things this way. I save money both in the short term and in the long term. And I know I talked about what your costs are when you're purchasing traditional investment properties. In the short term, your upfront costs, but I haven't talked about what your upfront cost or your entry fee is when it comes to purchasing subject to. So for this particular home right here, my entry fee was around $20,000, I'll say. And that is a bit more expensive than when I purchased home subject to. This isn't the first home that I purchased, and it's not gonna be the last one I purchased subject to, but this is my first time that I have purchased from an agent and also from an assigner. So those are two things that you're gonna factor into your entry costs when you're purchasing homes via this way. Is, okay, how much are you paying the agent? How much are you paying the assigner? And then also, how much are you paying the seller? What are your closing costs? All things to that effect. So for this particular deal, this was brought to me by an assigner or by a wholesaler. He was already working with the agent on this one. So to make this deal work, it did involve paying him an assignment fee and also paying the listing agent a commission too, and also paying the seller. So my total cost was $2,000 was paid to the assigner as a form of assignment fee, $5,500 was paid to the listing agent, and $10,000 was paid to the seller. So you add those plus my closing costs, plus my initial earnest money deposit, that brings me to a total of around $20,000 it cost me to get in this house and to acquire this house. Now, that's a lot for me based on where I typically do purchase properties at, but you gotta think, if I did purchase this property going to a bank, just for my down payment, I would have been at least $60,000. So I saved tremendously purchasing the house via this way. So we talked about what is creative financing and the benefits of it, but now let's talk about how you can find houses to purchase via creative financing, subject to owner financing, anything like that. The thing about finding houses for assignment, wholesale, or flipping is you want to find distressed properties or properties that need a lot of work. The biggest difference with creative financing is you can have a nice move-in ready home just like this that doesn't need a lot of work that you can still purchase. So you're not limiting yourself to the houses that you want to buy. So you can find houses that are listed on Zillow, listed on the MLS, listed online, anywhere. You can purchase those houses via creative financing, or you can go do your traditional methods like your door knocking, your sticky notes, your direct to seller. You can purchase these houses via creative financing also, or there are also wholesalers or assigners that are always selling houses that are available to be purchased via creative financing. So just like I told you guys earlier, I purchased this particular home from a wholesaler or an assigner, but in a little bit, we're gonna check out another home that I'm interested in that I will be purchasing it via direct to seller, but I'll also be purchasing it via creative financing also too. So one of my biggest benefits of creative financing is you're not limited to the houses that you can buy. You can buy a house literally from anywhere, but it is important that you communicate, whether you are speaking to an agent if they have a house listed, you're looking to buy it via creative financing, or you're going direct to seller and you're looking to purchase house directly from the seller via creative financing. Explain to them the benefits, why it actually helps the seller, why it helps you, and be very transparent and upfront. Biggest thing about creative financing is because the seller's mortgage still is staying in their name, there needs to be rapport there. And they're in your contract, it does need to protect the seller and also protect yourself in the event that any unforeseen things do. Hey.
Hey, sorry, I was like trying to...
No, you're all good. I was like, I think this is supposed to turn blue, but it wasn't doing anything.
It's like dead.
Okay, cool. Is it cool my video?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Look, you want to give me the HGTV tour?
Okay, well, yeah, this is the living room.
Okay.
This is like a little like storage closet area.
Okay.
Kind of goes underneath right there.
Yeah.
It's like the half bathroom that's down here.
Okay.
Sorry, like stuff in there.
So what's the total? It's what, 3 beds, 2.5? 1.5. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's half bath and down
Yeah,
here.
half bathroom. This
Okay.
would be like the dining area. My dog's up here.
Okay.
This is the kitchen.
Okay. So this looks like it was renovated not too long ago.
Yeah, so she bought the house in 2021 or 2022 because we're never stationed together. Our last two stations. She moved out here before I moved down here. I know she bought the house probably in 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like it was like a new.
Newly renovated.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
And so then this is like a little like I don't know, pantry back, whatever the heck. This is the back door.
What's going on right now?
I wonder if you noticed that that front door has a crack in it. This is a new door for that. There was like something was leaking down there, so it was kind of like moldy. So she was able to cut it out and stuff and air it out.
Okay.
So that needs to be patched up.
Okay.
And this is the backyard. It's not really fenced in or anything.
Okay. So that's the neighbor's fence?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I see where the line is. But okay, that's.
Okay. So this driveway fits about like 4 cars, like 3
Yeah.
and then 1.
And then there's the street parking too. Okay. That's where the fan was, I guess. You got taken up?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's under here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is 1 bedroom right here. Master bedroom, the closet. It's pretty small, but this is the closet.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like this is the window, like the backyard. It's kind of broken up here, by the way.
Yeah, all good. Okay.
Another window right there. And this is the second bedroom, literally empty. This is the closet in here.
Okay.
This didn't matter when I lived here when she was here.
Okay.
And this is the third bedroom, but it's really small, like very, very small. Like a kid's room or an office. Everything's the closet's up.
Yeah, this is kind of like all this is. Okay. All right.
But yeah, this is the house.
Okay, cool. Anything you could tell me about it that I can't see? Like, has there been any like leaks or anything like that since you've been?
No, the only thing since I've been living here, like the thing was like obviously that's like an old flushable wipes will get backed up in the pipes underneath the house because that happened to us. Like we figured it out that it was the cloth, like the flushable wipes. So we figured it out. They cleared it out. Yeah. So like that cannot be flushed because it will back up after some time.
Yeah.
And she said that the crawl space underneath the house is not done. I have personally never been down there, but it's like not done or made. I don't know. That's too much. That's something to ask her, but I know there's something with a crawl space, and that's pretty much it. She just replaced the dishwasher downstairs, like last year while I was gone. It's obviously you saw the refrigerator. Everything works. All the appliances work. I don't think there's anything other than like the front door needs to get fixed. There's that thing up in the back. This fan up here, and then that's all I know. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, 'cause it's like her house. I'm her friend. I just
Yeah,
like,
for
she
sure.
moved out, so I was like, oh, I'll just stay here, move out, and yeah.
Well, yeah, I definitely appreciate your time and good luck on your deployment.
Thank you. I will be buying a house when I come back, so you will be hearing from me at the end of the year, hopefully.
Okay. All right, y'all. So in this video, you saw me look at a house that I purchased recently via creative financing, and also take a look at this house, which I'm looking to purchase also via creative financing. So from this video, you should know everything when it comes to creative financing, what to do, how it benefits you, how it benefits the seller, why it's a great real estate investing tool, and also where to look for houses via creative financing. So now that you know that, you know where to find the houses, the next step is just to get the houses under contract. And to get your contract so you can buy houses for yourself, whether you're gonna keep them or whether you're gonna use them as investments, go to the link in the description below, and that link will have the contract for you. And if you're looking to get into any other types of real estate investing, the great thing about creative financing or subject to is this is just the start. You can use subject to or creative financing to purchase a house to keep for yourself, or you can use it to flip, or you can use it for any other thing, mid-term rentals, short-term rentals, all things like that. So if you want some more information on other real estate investment strategies, check out my other videos. Bye.